Somebody asked me to do a follow-up on a thinning that we did. We took all the pine plantation out of this whole area about 3 seasons ago. So this would be the third growing season. There's some pretty good cherry coming up from stump sprouts, and there were a lot of oak seedlings in here, and we planted extra oak seedlings, but I'm not seeing them really develop. What I am seeing is a lot of deer pressure. Look at that pokeweed's just chewed off, blackberry chewed off. A lot of grass came in. I've never seen so much pressure on pokeweed. There's a blackberry that just can't seem to keep ahead of the deer. Now, if this were a deer hunting property, I'd say success. You know, really good amount of browse in here. They're using it. You know, there's a pine we planted, but maple coming in. I don't know. It's a little disappointing, but it depends on how you look at it. This is Township property. This is actually a park. This is the pine we took out of here. And the township wanted to convert this back to natural, so we certainly accomplished that. There's some white pine doing really well back there. Maples are doing really well, but I'm not seeing the oak that I wanted to see. But boy, the deer pressure is tremendous in here. All right, there's an oak seedling. It's about 7 feet tall. So that's good to see. And there's some smaller ones in there. One thing I'd say is a success. This was all stilt grass in here. We sprayed it and it is gone. So I'd say that part of it turned out really well. This is all Virginia creeper and some other native forbs at this point, and the stilt grass is pretty well eradicated. So we planted a bunch of oaks over this way. Let's see what we have. Ooh, there's a lot of jewelweed here. There's a little stilt grass coming back. But Virginia creeper, jewelweed, pokeweed, deer hammering that stuff. I'm gonna have to come over here and hunt and archery. Gotta get out in the sun here. All right, there's an oak that we planted, and you can see it's getting gnawed on by deer, but it's 4 feet tall, doing okay. There's another one. We planted several different kinds of oaks in here. Ooh, there's a nice one there. That might have been started before we planted. I think these are the ones we planted. The thing about oak, they grow really slow. So unless you keep deer off of them, they just don't make it. See this one here? It's too handy to chew on. So they are not letting it come up. See these? Unless you put a tube on these oak trees, they're not going to turn into anything. But the good news is that there was some oak started here, and they've outclassed the deer. So this guy is 7-8 feet tall. That one's about 9 feet. So we are getting an oak forest coming back, and that's what the goal was when we started this. These are all black oaks and some white. There's white pine, red maple, cherry coming in. There's a nice big oak. So the idea was to take it out of pine plantation because there was nothing growing in here. See, this is the part that we left a buffer along the road. You can see that it's real dark and shady in there, and it's not really natural. Plus that was full of invasives. We got rid of those. I'd say we did a pretty good job of getting rid of the invasive plants. So if this were a private deer hunting property, I'd say this is a resounding success. Look at how thick it is in there. Very nice. Well, there you have it. So that's how it turned out. I'll link the other, the first part of this 3 years ago when we planted oak trees in here, and you can see kind of what it looked like. I mean, you could stroll right through here without even getting wet, so it's looking pretty good. If you want to convert your land from non-productive property where you're not seeing any deer, your forest is unhealthy, you want to regenerate it, let me know, because that's my specialty. We'll get you fixed up. All right, talk to you soon.